Dogs hit the camera. I can say, indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you for joining me again on another Conscious Evolution. Today's stream topic has been about the internet. It started with me being so very peeved about the fact that they turned my internet off again. I have satellite-based internet, and if my satellite-based dish isn't exactly where it's supposed to be every 60 days, then they turn it off. Whether I pay for it or not. And then I lamented. I was so angry about it. I was really feeling it. But then eventually we escaped. We started talking about the internet again from the perspective of what we're aware of, the things that are happening, the executive orders that are being signed, the way these policies are affecting our global markets, the ripples that are being sent as waves. America has a lot of power. Y'all carry a big stick, and the whole world is like flinching. Like, don't hit me with this stick, please. I don't want to get hit by the stick. And then we talked about the whole fractal of going to America. We talk about that a bit. I've been feeling more and more and at the same time I've been feeling more and more pushes to move from here as well. Pressure being applied. I. These kidders. I was saying A because I thought I heard nails on the couch. Maybe I was overreacting. Overreaction. We had a bit of a conversation about our current weighted bias towards criticism and negativity as well. Looking at it from the perspective of our current internet, as it is, incentivizes us to engage in so many words. And if you had to analyze all of the information on the internet and you had to ask a super intelligent machine which kind of content, which kind of comment, which kind of input gets the best output, that is engagement. And the answer came, rage. So much rage, I want more rage. Get me angry, the internet says. I want to be angry. I want to criticize. I want to come to a conclusion by exposing myself to a set of information. I've been trying to expose myself to both sets of information at the same time, right? I am exposing myself to the parts of the information that is outraging the one side of our species and the other side, right? And I feel very zen for the most part in that space where I'm like, oh, okay. Chaos unfolding around me, as it does. And then at the same time, something as small as my internet just not working, I lose my mind. Rage drives the internet. Oh, really? That's so awful. Unfortunately, that is the statistics, yeah. People, that's what rage bait is, Shadow. So some people will literally do things online for the sake of enraging people and baiting them into engaging with their content. Right? Because whether or not you tell someone you're a POS or you tell them you're the greatest person ever, that is the exact same amount of engagement. In fact, and usually people, when they give compliments or when they want to say something nice, it's usually succinct. Like, I think you're a great person. Thank you for your effort. We love you. All right. But if you're going to go into the negatives, now suddenly there are so many more creative ways in which you can criticize and the things you can say to back why this person is bad. And it's like a game. It's like it's enticing you to show how much you know and how much more informed you are and, you know, how unignorant and how enlightened. And it's addictive. I think that's the big thing as well. And Twitter was like that way before it was owned. Let's say it like that. Right? Twitter was pretty well known for being an echo chamber. You know, cancel culture was very much a thing before it was owned as well. And it seems now it has just become a very powerful tool for propaganda. Propagandas, some proper ones. And again, if you are the kind of person who is enraged by that, then you will be. Right? I am not so much enraged by it. I'm usually just kind of, I want to say, not surprised. I am not surprised by it. It's just like this. Okay. There was a moment, you know, today's conversation has been in part inspired by Charles Hoskinson. He had like a whole conversation with the internet yesterday about one of his longtime friends that was a part of his community that helped build things, getting ceaseless criticism from other parts of the community. Right? Just getting criticized over and over and over again, getting told they're a piece of shit, that their efforts, that their contributions are worthless, you know, all of this stuff, to the point where they left. They were like, I don't want to be a part of this community anymore. I don't want to be a part of this. Right? And I feel like that's something that we're at risk of, that if the good people leave, you lose good people. Right? And you're left with more of the people that are not good. How do we fix that part of the internet? We have to start paying for it. That's kind of how it is, you know. And like you might not like that as an answer, but that is unfortunately the right answer. So this is what I mean. My Patreon, for example, is also a part of the internet, but in that way, it's a microcosm within the internet. And because I have painstakingly and continue to create that microcosm, I ask $1 a month if you want to have access to it. Hey, go play outside, please. Buiten, buiten. Papi, buiten. Buiten speel. Buiten speel. Gaan speel buiten. I'm not in control. Microcosm of the matter. I'm gonna just close the door right there. Go outside. Oi. Oi, creatures, go outside. Go outside, go outside. There you go. Yeah. You hear the feetsies run? I think they got the message. Okay. Right, and in that way, you can pay. You can pay $1 a month, and then you can appreciate, experience this microcosm that I have tried to create. And that is like a small scale perspective on what it's going to probably take, right? And we might not have to pay a lot, but we might have to pay with something. I wonder if he's going to figure it out. Pippi knows how to use the hole in the window to come back inside, and she's back inside. But Kobe is running around back and forth. Oh, did he just come all the way around? He did. Here he is. He just went through the other door. He knew there was a way. Them creatures. I started a book that's pretty interesting, tangentially related, but it's good food for thought. The Network State explores how online communities can evolve into sovereign natures. Yeah! Sorry, I got very excited for a second there. I'm going to read that message again. The Network State explores how online communities can evolve into sovereign nations using crypto, governance, and tech, creating new digital-first societies based on shared values. Yeah. If you're interested in this, right, and if you're interested in what kind of cryptos, right, Bitcoin is going to be a big part of our future. But I believe in the technology that is Cardano, right? I did mention Charles Hoskinson just a little bit ago. That is the creator of Cardano. And the network, I was talking about the community, the person that left from the Cardano community. They were one of the people that helped write the constitution that is now a part of the Cardano blockchain, or as at least being voted to be a part of the Cardano blockchain. And it's literally governance, right? The Plowman hard fork that recently happened literally gives every single person that's a token holder voting rights on this network. They already have like digital IDs, so we can vote in that way as well. Hey, you creatures, stop making sounds inside of the house. That book sounds good. It does. It really does. Bilingual animals can ignore you in 2 languages. You did see me try in both languages. You saw me try. That sounds so good. It really does. Let's. Ooh, I have my reason button. Yay! I have a reason button. I'm gonna ask it a question. We're talking about a book called The Network State. How communities, online communities, can evolve into using crypto and governance. And one of the tell us a little bit about this book, give us a light summary of the things discussed, and maybe how Cardano kind of integrates into that idea. You're making sounds. It's such loud sounds are being made. Read transcription. That book sounds good. All right. Yeah, reasoning models. This thing can reason. What do I need it to reason? Is there anything I cannot reason myself? Down and be like, bro, explain. Explain why people. And then ask anything. Explain why people this. Oh, it's really thinking about it. It's still thinking about it. This might take a while. maybe we can consider for a second again. What the internet is going to do. What the internet already has done. Right? I don't think it's going to become less a part of our lives in the future. That's the wild part. All right. So let's see. Let's gain some information. Right? It's not the whole book. This is just like a little appetizer, of course. The Networked State by Balaji Srinivasan. Is that the correct writer? Do let us know. I was just checking if it was said in text. Is essentially a manifesto for reimagining how we form communities and eventually states in our digital era. Instead of waiting for traditional nation states to fix their old creaky systems, Balaji proposes a radical startup society. The cats are sharpening their nails on our cushions. They're creatures. Balaji proposes a radical startup society model. The idea is that to start with a highly aligned online community united by a shared moral innovation, or as he puts it, one commandment. Woo! Kristen, this is melting my brain. Are we that community? Are we that community? Love is true. That is our one commandment. Literally, love is true. That is going to be the rule of my future, what's the word? My future society, my startup society. Love is true is the one commandment. And a common vision. Yeah, what does a world look like where love is true? When you wake up in the morning, you love that. When you have your meal, you love that. When you go to do something, you love that. When you see other people, you love that. All right. If there is any other emotion than love, then work needs to be done, right? Oh, I have to go to work. Hatred, dismay, anger, right? Something needs to be fixed. There needs to be love there. Make them kiss. All right, let's continue. From there, the process unfolds into a few natural steps. First, found the community. Done. Step one, done. Boom. Rather than waiting for the state to evolve, you create an online startup society with like-minded people voluntarily, where like-minded people voluntarily band together. Look at us. This isn't about losing your individuality, but about pooling your creative energy to build something new from the ground up. Second, there it is. Build trust online and offline. As the digital community grows, it starts to meet in real life. Through these interactions, members develop a shared economy powered by cryptocurrency, laying the groundwork for real-world connections. Crowdfund physical territory. Once sufficient trust and economic traction are achieved, the community can start crowdfunding initiatives to acquire physical spaces, be they apartments, small towns, or nodes, which will eventually become the tangible manifestation of the network state. Integrated governments and diplomatic recognition. Finally, by linking these nodes and leveraging blockchain transparency with integrated cryptocurrencies and smart contracts, the community can establish its own form of governance. Cardano already has its own form of governance. If it reaches a critical mass, it might even gain formal diplomatic recognition from traditional states. How does Cardano fit in? Cardano comes into play as an ideal technological foundation for building such a network state. Here's why. It's secure and scalable as a blockchain. Cardano uses the Ouroboros proof-of-stake consensus mechanism, which is a rigorously researched, energy-efficient protocol to ensure that transactions and smart contracts run securely. This is critical when the community's economy and governance structures depend on reliable blockchain. Yeah, so Ouroboros basically works like a line. And that line is all of the processing that needs to be done. But that line is infinitely divisible. And each and every single one of those sections on the line can be a stake pool operator, which is someone who stakes some of their value in saying, like they put some skin in the game, like here's some money, I am willing to be a participator in making sure this network is safe. And then since they put money in, other people can be like, yeah, I trust this person will put money in. And then with the whole proof of stake system, you can earn a return, right? Like this, I think 35 billion tokens already minted, and there will be 45 billion total. So over the next X years, I don't know exactly the amount of years, you'll be able to earn some of those billions just by staking your currency. Almost like, again, saying, yeah, I trust in this network. Look at me trusting. Right? That's how it can be trusted by all of us trusting it at the same time. And the cool thing about the Cardano network as well is there's something called liquid staking. So you can stake as in I trust, while at the same time not having to trust someone, right? It's just like I trust, and this is still mine. I'm still holding on to it. I'm just like moving my chips to your side of the table, but it's still on the table. And if I wanted to take my chips, then here they are. Oh, still mine. That's the basic way of explaining it. It's very cool. I think it's very cool, at least. It has robust smart contract capabilities. With its extended UTXO model and its native smart contract language, Plutus, Cardano allows for the creation of decentralized applications and custom tokens. These features can help a network state set up its internal economy, manage digital identities, we did talk about that one, and enforce its social smart contracts. Yeah, so again, in this system, right, if I am going to do a job, a smart contract can be written. And if I show up and I do my job, then I get paid my money. So instead of having to trust Guy that he's going to pay me if I do job, we set up a contract. And if I do job, then I get paid. Right? That's the cool thing about these technologies as well, where you don't have to just blindly trust people anymore. Which again, maybe that sounds like a bad thing, but clearly, there are good people, but not all of them, unfortunately. Decentralized governance. Cardano's ongoing evolution, especially its Voltaire era, focuses on decentralized governance. This means that communities built on Cardano can actively participate in decision-making processes, aligning perfectly with the network state vision of bottom-up, self-organized governance. Yeah. And then there's real-world integration, exactly. Cardano has already been involved in government collaboration, such as projects in Ethiopia. Ethiopia's projects didn't go too well, unfortunately, and now in Georgia. And I think they're in Argentina as well now, demonstrating its ability to bridge digital innovation and physical world applications. For a network state looking to eventually claim territory and negotiate with established nations, this is an attractive quality. In short, imagine your favorite online forum on social media not just as a place to share memes, but as the seed of a new kind of country. Meltopia. All right, 100% ego-based. A country that starts in the cloud, uses crypto to run its economy, and then employs smart contracts to make governance transparent and accountable. Cardano's technology could be the engine that powers this transformation, offering the secure, scalable, and government-friendly infrastructure that such a vision requires. It is a forward-thinking, sometimes cheekily ambitious blueprint that challenges traditional nations of statehood by suggesting that with the right digital tools, communities can literally build their own nations from scratch. Literally. We're going to do that. And we're going to have robots. Right? By the time we want to do stuff like that, we're going to have robots. We're not going to have to slave labor people. We're not going to have to force labor people. We're going to plug things into the grid. There's going to be sunlight, and there's going to be batteries, and then there's going to be actuators. And they're going to do things. And they're going to create infinite amount of wealth, right? Because again, it's not going to stop. And there's so much wealth. It's just like, and where's that wealth going to go? Guess what? Not into the traditional wealth systems as it is right now, right? It's almost like AI can literally use crypto as well. Did you know that an artificial intelligence can use a crypto wallet? A 3-year-old can, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty revolutionary, right? Right now, you have to like think about what's that Robin Williams movie? The Mac and the Macklemore Man, something like that. Hey Google, what's that Robin Williams movie where it's a robot? Nope. It's called The Bicentennial Man. Yeah, Bicentennial Man. At some point in the Bicentennial Man, this machine, this robot, gets like some sort of upgrade. I think he falls on his head or something. I wish I was joking. I don't know if that's exactly what happened, but like somehow he's now conscious, right? Instead of just being a robot. And I don't think that's going to happen. Thank goodness. Them becoming conscious. They're going to be in the same way a car is, right? It's going to serve a function, and that function is going to be served, right? Like that's going to be its world. It's like, oh, I do thing, right? Task complete, tokens rewarded, good. But in that world, this bicentennial man starts creating art and then needs to be awarded for it, right? And they go through the whole process of having to create a bank account for him. And in our current world, if there's an AI like that, there would be no process in creating a bank account for them to be able to earn income for their efforts. However, when it comes to the network that is cryptocurrency, they can do that, which is a big deal. One more bit, and then I'm looking forward to reading your messages, Kristen. The seeds, yeah. The seeds for a new kind of country. A country that starts in the cloud, uses crypto to run its economy, and employs smart contracts to make governance transparent and accountable. Cardano's technology could be the engine that powers. I've read that one. It's a forward-thinking. Oh, I've already read all of it. Yeah, my bad. I'm loving this conversation, but I have to drop for the work thing. Love you, Kristen. Thank you for being here for this one. Can't wait to watch the end when I'm done. Bless. Now I have to give Kristen something good. Epic Lovins, goodbye message. Coming insanely too early. No, it's about time. I feel like we did. I feel like we reached a point in this conversation as well that I really enjoy about the internet. I don't know if it's a very popular conversation because it's very hard to understand from the perspective of the impact it will have. Right? And it's so new. Money as we know it right now has been around for hundreds of years, right? Which still is not a lot of time. Gold, as we know it right now, that's now peaking to all-time highs, right? Because people are uncertain about the economic world. So people are buying more gold. Has been around for thousands of years. People have valued gold for thousands of years. And now there's a new emerging technology that's like the best one, the most advanced one is like 15 years old, 16 years old. That's very new. It's very, very new. And in that way, it's still very uncertain what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to do. But if you look at what is being done, it is clear what is coming. And it is fortunate that a network like Bitcoin is owned majoritarily by people, right? Right now, our governments and our mega corporations own most of the capital, right? The paper monies, the numbers. Most of them own most of that. However, Bitcoin, this network effect, is 69% owned by people like me and you, which means that the only way for those governments, for those mega corporations, to get that Bitcoin is to buy it from people. Which means that for the first time ever, people will be the ones that get to benefit from our technology, from the progression that comes of that in a way they've never been able to before, right? You didn't suddenly get your gold coins. Maybe let's make that as an example. Your gold coins, if you got one gold coin, didn't suddenly grow exponentially in value if everybody else wanted gold coins as well, or your king, for example, suddenly had more gold coins, right? Like, you would still just have one gold coin. Maybe it would appreciate in value, sure, but those gold coins can be mined, right? They're not finite. They can be stolen from other people as well. So it is this fractal of like the king literally has to come and ask you if he can have some of your gold, right? And for the first time ever, you can say no, right? He cannot coerce you. Technically, you can be coerced, sure, but coercion in the way where your gold can be confiscated is significantly easier. You can just get pushed over, and then while you're laying down, your gold gets taken. It has been nice having this moment. I look forward to the future with you, friends. It's going to be expansive. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a whole new world that we build for ourselves, create a whole nation. This is the seed of a whole nation. I hope all of you have the mostest resplendent day. Yes, everyone. I wholeheartedly love you all so wondrously, ineffably. You fill it effulgently, luminously and stupendously, exuberantly, transcendently, delectably, magnanimous, magnanimously, words, magnanimously, scintillatingly, melt, and all of you oh so uplifting, effervescent, wholehearted, and unflagging, genial, effusive, steadfast and mirthful, amicable friends who navigate the vast wonders of the internet. So much love. Go to the embassy. Don't let fear of the unknown stop you. Fractals. So much of life is seeing the opportunity and grasping it instead of letting it pass you by. You are right, Joviv. You are right about that. I'll apply a little bit more curiosity. It's opening there now. We'll see. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me. It was a dear pleasure having you here. Hey, creature. This is what's been happening down here this whole time. Wow. Instantly Pippi runs away. Nice. Love is true. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.